GGB Colas Poppers, and today we're going to get into our final episode, top 10 receivers of this draft class. Anyways, I hope you guys are as hyped as the draft is coming up as I am. I think it's coming up very soon. Might be in a couple hours by the time I get this uploaded. But I'm very excited to see who these 32 teams draft in the first round. Honestly, not all of them are going to get a draft picks like this team. Steelers, the Rams, the Bears, the Texans. Anyways, they're not going to be draft picks this year in the first round. But very exciting things happen in this receiving class. Honestly, one of the best receiving class I've ever seen. So anyways, let's get straight into who I think should be the number one receiver in this draft class. And let's talk about it, okay? The Bengals, obviously going to pick Burrow, right? Redskins, Young, probably. And then Lions, Okudah. Giants, Isaiah Simmons. Dolphins should pick Tua. Chargers should pick Herbert. Panthers should pick Derek Brown. And then Cardinals, like an offensive lineman. Jaguars, depends on who slides down to him, and then Browns on offensive line. Okay, so here's the first team that should really draft a receiver, and it's this team right here. The New York Jets desperately need help on the offensive side of things for Sam Darnold. Now, here's the thing. They should definitely draft the number one receiver in this draft class, in my opinion, and it's CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb reminds me a lot of DeAndre Hopkins. He gets everything. He goes up to catch. He's a very fast receiver. Again, I'd like you to point out that he averaged 20 yards per catch this year. 20 freaking yards per catch. That's an amazing stat. CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver in this draft class. Period. Period, 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 period. Okay. Moving on to my number two receiver in this draft class, in my opinion, is Jerry Jeudy. Okay? Jerry Jeudy should go to the Raiders, okay? Here's the thing. Judy's a very talented receiver, very fast, and he's great at route running, okay? Jerry Jeudy should go to the Raiders, okay? They desperately need help at receiver. The only receiver I think they'd say they trust and would love to keep for next year, and that's sixth-round draft pick, Hunter Renfrow, okay? I met Hunter Renfrow, very nice guy. He's very good at playing the game. But again, Jerry Jeudy on this offense could be explosive. Imagine you could have Derek Carr, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, and Hunter Renfrow. That'd be an amazing 5 people to line up. Anyways, that'd be an explosive offense next year. They gotta draft Jeudy here. Jeudy has got to be drafted right here, okay? And now the Dolphins will probably take this draft pick. Now the Colts. The 49ers. Okay, so the Colts don't get a first-round draft pick this year. I almost messed that up, but the 49ers would be here, okay? They get to draft right here. Colts don't get a draft pick this year because they traded away for DeForest Buckner. So I'm going to switch it up. So the 49ers, by the way, also, so that we don't get confused, that's what it's going to look like. The 49ers, so the Dolphins should draft an offensive line, and that shouldn't be a question. You definitely need offensive line help. That's after you address your quarterback position at number 5, okay? San Francisco 49ers, okay? You need a receiver. You had a very good rookie come out of South Carolina. Very good receiver. Can't rely on him at all this. Can't rely on him only this year. Emmanuel Sanders is gone. And I get it. George Kittle is your offense, but you need another playmaking receiver. And that's why Henry Ruggs would be a beautiful selection here. Got to get Ruggs. If you're 49ers, get Ruggs with this draft pick. Amazing, amazing, amazing player. Get him. Right here. Anyways, moving on to my boy. As you can see, already 3 running wide receivers picked in my mock draft, okay? The Buccaneers should address their offensive line issue there. But, right here, another team that could desperately needs a receiver to match up with Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton's amazing, but he needs help, okay? Fant's also very good tight end. And you have Lindsey and Melvin Gordon. So they have a lot of weapons on offense. But, my opinion, get a young receiver to pair with Drew Lock, okay? And in my opinion, 4th best receiver in this NFL draft. You need to get Laviska Shenault Jr., okay? If you didn't watch Pac-12 this year, Laviska Shenault Jr. catches anything that comes near him. He is the 4th best receiver in this draft class, even though he has an injury, okay? The Broncos are in no hurry to compete. They have Locke, They have a lot of younger players, okay? Get Shenault Jr. here. He's not an impact now player because of his injury, but halfway through the season, he could come in and be a huge asset to you through the air. Get Shenault here. Now, the Falcons should address their pass rushing problem. So should the Cowboys. The Jags and the Raiders and the Jags, I feel like they both... Anyways, these teams gotta address it. This team needs to address its receiving issue. The Bills don't get a draft pick this year. Again, either of these teams. All these teams don't. I don't know why they're on my board, but that's just kind of to show you the draft order. But yeah, the Raiders, the Jaguars, and the Vikings get to pick here. Okay. So, the Raiders already would have addressed it. The Jags probably could use someone else. Basically, they just need to pick the best available player. But they have DJ Chark, and I honestly think he can do great there. But the Eagles desperately need a guy, okay? And here's the thing, okay? Miles Sanders did great for him last year, right? So why not take his word? Miles Sanders used to be from Penn State, right? My number 5 receiver, Mr. KJ Hamler out of Penn State. He is so great at receiving the ball. He is a speed demon. Watch a lot of his plays. He is lightning fast, okay? The only reason he didn't have an amazing combine speed is because he had an injured hamstring and couldn't run in the combine. He could probably have a 4.2, 4.3 around there. Very, very, very fast man, okay? Get him. Right here, okay? So now, again, the Vikings need to replace Adam Thielen. That's really, okay? And I understand this is a lot of receivers going in the first round, but there's a lot of receivers that are going to go in this first round. This is a stacked receiving core that you desperately need to draft receivers if you're having receiver issues, okay? Minnesota Vikings, okay? They have very, 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 very good team put together. No, they don't. No, I'm going to take that back. The Vikings shouldn't. They are not that good of a team, okay? All their players went away. They're just gone. There was a mass exodus out of Minnesota. But let me tell you, Adam Thielen alone is not going to help this team in the receiving battle, okay? They're going to double up on Adam Thielen. They need another weapon. In my opinion, that's got to be Denzel Mims, okay? Okay, hear me out here. Denzel Mims is a very talented receiver. Did you watch him last year? Baylor was good passing the games because Denzel Mims can moss you. He's a great receiver. Got to draft him here if you're Minnesota. Now, this is a team that needs to draft a receiver as well. It's the New Orleans Saints, okay? And I hate to say it, but they gotta draft one here, okay? No, I wouldn't say they have to, okay? If it comes to this point, I'm not in love with any of the running receivers after 6 in the first round. I feel like you can get good value in the second or third round. But I mentioned all the other 6. But these two teams right here, the Packers and the Saints, need new receivers, okay? And I feel like one more receiver can go in this first round. That's Mr. Jalen Reagor, okay? So the Saints could take a chance on him. Jalen Reagor, here's the thing I like about Jalen Reagor. He's a speed demon. Just like I said about KJ Hamler, great at receiving the ball and run after the catch. And that's why I love Jalen Reagor as a prospect, okay? So either this team should get him, or they need someone else other than Devontae Adams here. The Saints aren't in that exact same predicament since they went in free agency and spent the money to get Emmanuel Sanders to come to New Orleans. Anyways, for the next 3 players, there's a lot of different players here, but in my opinion, the number 8 receiver in this draft class is Mr. T. Higgins. So, T. Higgins is a very good receiver from Clemson. My opinion, it's one of the best in the draft class, and it's just a stacked draft class. Any of these receivers here, I would love to have as a receiver on my team. But anyways, let's go over the rest real quick. Number 9, Mr. James Proche. And I actually got to meet him at the Senior Bowl meet and greet. But if you didn't have the chance, go back, watch some of his highlights. He's an amazing receiver, and he's actually very undervalued. And both these players, I think, are really good, but undervalued. So, James Proche, very good, undervalued. Definitely should draft in 3rd or 4th round. Okay, so definitely not 3rd round. I think he's third round talent, but I don't think that everyone else thinks he's third round talent. So fourth, fifth round, if you can get him in like the fifth round, that's excellent talent for that position to be drafted there. Also, 10th best. If you're not a huge Texas fan, I'm a huge Texas fan personally, but go back and watch Devin Duvernay's highlights. He is an amazing receiver. He can light up anyone. He was a slot guy last year. He can play slot amazingly well. Go watch Devin Duvernay. He's the 10th best receiver in this draft class, in my opinion. And you might notice I didn't mention Justin Jefferson, and that's because I think he's, bad. I don't think he's good at all. But, anyways, this is GGB, co-host Pupper saying,